So I'm now interviewing my tallest and hardest student. Who are you, mate?
My name's Dylan Smith.
Yeah? And where are you from?
Burnley.
Burnley. Alright, fuck it. Are there any other closers in Burnley?
0.
So that makes you
The best.
the best closer in the whole of Burnley?
In the whole wide Burnley. But I know no one actually wants to get into it. It's weird because we get a lot of Geordies, don't we?
Yeah, loads.
But we don't get any people from Burnley, so they must just think I'm a scammer.
Right. What would you say? What would you say is the difference between Burnleys and Geordies?
We're better looking, taller, harder, better at sales, like better communicators. Just everything really. Max won't be able to hear this, but
Yeah, it's understandable though.
he knows
to be
stuff.
honest. Yeah. I mean, like, give people some background on you. Like, obviously we've known each other now since what? August. I'm pretty sure.
Was it August?
It was
Is it that
August.
long?
Yeah. So it's that fucking 4 plus. That's 9 months, bro.
Wow.
Almost
Such
a
long
year.
time.
Almost a year.
Yeah, so background on me,
Yeah,
context of
like,
what I was doing.
just give them like context on where you're at before, kind of what you were doing and what position you were in.
So Jack's not the first sales mentor that I invested into. I actually initially invested into
Say it.
Club Closer ages ago. This was like in December the year before.
Yeah.
But then at the time I was running a window cleaning business and I was the easiest piff ever.
Yeah.
The guy said to me, he's like, what do you want out of this? I said, I want time, money, location, freedom. So like instantly I was
all of the fucking tips,
anything that I could have said.
Yeah.
So I just bought it. Like I didn't do any research really. That first call that I ever got into, I was just abundant and thought, well, if I can make 10k a month, I can do it. I made my money back from Club Closer. I got onto a crypto info product and then made like $1,000, $2,000 in a month. And then as soon as I seen the first bit of money, I sold my biz. And then I ended up going and working for a guy in the space who just wasn't serious.
Pretty well known as well, isn't he?
Is he?
He's
got a big
like,
page.
What's he got, like 100k?
100 and something K. I ended up working for a guy for 6 months. I went like back away from closing. I went into cold calling, B2B. I did that for 3 months, which was just weird, but I learned a lot from it. A lot of resilience because it was awful. And then I ended up working for that guy. For 6 months, and then hated it and didn't really make a lot of money. My last month I made like 5k with him, but I knew it was about to end and like I was not going to be able to make money after that. So
How did you know?
because I seen the whole business and I knew that he was selling his products too cheap, and he made like a community and just like sold it to the people who were his biggest fans, and I knew he didn't really have that many fans.
Yeah.
He was selling to the wrong audience. And then I knew I had to get out. I knew I needed a sales mentor. I spoke to a guy who I knew just from the online space. He gave me 2 names. He said Tristan Steckler and Jack Ormonroyd. So I messaged both of yous, and then he didn't reply to me. You replied to me, but Mason actually replied to me because he was your setter at the time. You basically got me on a tripwire call because I said, I want a role, and I thought I was min. And we got on the call. You asked me to do a role play, and I folded because I was just like, oh no, I'm not actually that good. I don't know what I'm doing. And then I got tripwired into piffing you. So I think we stayed on the call for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Every objection under the sun. And I think I spent my last few grand on investing into that, and I zeroed myself. But going from like running a window cleaning business, having good money, selling that, and then living off my business to try and fund my closing lifestyle that I was aiming to do, and then basically zeroing myself in August to do this, and then from there never look back. I think I was your first closer as well, wasn't I?
You were my first closer, after, because I remember when you came onto the call, when our objection handled you for like 3 hours. I'm sure when I closed you, you didn't actually even know what you'd invested into.
No,
I didn't even pitch you, did
I?
I?
You didn't pitch.
Nah.
All you pitched me was the commitment to actually do it. But I remember messaging you after saying like, what do I even get for this? It was just fear though. Like I was just scared of investing again and then putting zero in myself and thinking like, what am I going to do?
Why did you actually, to cut you off, like why did you actually do that though? Because you'd already invested into a sales mentor. Like why did you decide to do it again?
Because I knew that my skill set wasn't where it needed to be for me to make the money I wanted to make.
Yeah.
I did know that deep down, and I knew I needed sales training. I needed some help. But I feel like I just had a lot of confidence in you because yes, I was giving you a lot of objections, but I was also testing you to see how you handled it. And the way you handled me, I was just like, well, if I can learn to do that, I'll be good.
Yeah.
So I could close anyone.
And you learned it pretty fucking well.
Yeah, really well, and quite quick actually as well, because I think I had to drop my ego a little bit to come in and say like, yeah, I'm going to start again basically. But then I said to you, I remember on the call, I was like, okay, if I pay you now, I'm going to come on as your closer eventually. And then how long did it take until I started closing for you?
You started closing for me in October, so about a month and a bit after. Yeah.
So a month and a half, and then that actually happened, and then from there had a lot of one-to-ones, didn't we? When I was closing for you, it was like 3 a week, so. Yeah, I was blessed there because I learnt a lot, and we were just doing call reviews. And I think that's the biggest thing when you're actually in closing, is to, instead of just role playing and expanding your skill set through your course or your mentorships, to just review your work that you've been doing, because that's when you learn the most. And that's when I think I learnt the most with you, because I used to dread those call reviews with you, because it was like your business. If I didn't close a deal, it's like I'm fucking it up. But yeah, I think I really excelled in that and started to do really well.
Yeah, I also learned a lot about detachment, because I could easily detach myself from my own sales call, but when I'm reviewing your call, I was like, I felt attached to the fucking call reviewing yours, so it's like, it taught me like an extra level of detachment, which was fucking really sick to see.
That was for you as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were my first closer, you know what I mean?
And the best one you've ever had.
Yeah, and the best one I've ever had, yeah, and I'll take you again any day, mate, to be honest, you're a fucking G. But what would you say, right, what were like the biggest challenges that you faced over the past 9 months and actually getting to the level of success that you've seen now?
Battling my old identity.
Yeah.
Because in sales we challenge people's identity every single day, and I think the most congruent thing you can do is challenge your own. And I avoided doing that for so long, but I think you put such a big focus on the internal mastery side of things that helped me massively, which is something I didn't have from my first sales mentor, and actually understanding mindset. Say that. Okay. Ask the question again.
Well, because a lot of people in this space, right, experience challenges, right? Because I know I definitely fucking have, and I know that you've experienced tons. Over the challenges that you have faced, which challenges have you overcome that you look back at and you're like, do you know what? Like, I'm actually so proud of myself for overcoming those.
The first one is reinvesting back into myself, because I think people in the sales space will say like, oh, if you invest into one sales mentor, that should be it. Not really the case. Like, you've got to be congruent. If you're asking people to piff all day, you better like back it up and be that guy and carry on reinvesting.
Yeah.
So I think overcoming that for the second time was massive, because then since then I've gone on to do it so much. Like, I think I've spent like 25k on myself now, like across everything, which is cool, because that then becomes your identity, doesn't it? It's like, I'm worth that amount of money.
Yeah, easy.
But other things that I overcame, ego was the biggest thing. I think I've said it to you loads, like just dropping my ego again. I think internal mastery, that's the biggest thing that you focused on right at the start, which I didn't get from my previous sales mentor. Just overcoming my own limiting beliefs, challenging my own mindset, because if we do that every day to other people, it's congruent to do it to yourself. And then it becomes a lot easier when you see someone's full of fear for any type of thing. If you've walked that path and been through it, it then comes from a place of authenticity and lived experience, instead of just like sleazy sales guy. But I think another big thing that you helped with massively was, you mentioned attachment, and I was super attached. And I was super attached to me as well.
Yeah.
I was super attached to the money right at the start, and I remember saying to you, like, because I had no money, that's why I was attached. I felt like I needed it. I remember saying, like, how can I get rid of this attachment to money? And you said you've got to attach yourself to something bigger and attach yourself to actually serving the prospects and helping people. And honestly, I think that was one of the biggest mindset shifts for me that I had to overcome, and like genuinely learn to care about people instead of just being there to take. That's a big thing. It helps so much, because they can tell, like, on the call if someone just wants the money or you genuinely do care about them. And then as a byproduct of you caring, they're going to buy the thing, and then you do make money.
I think, that's the thing that so many salespeople get wrong as well, is that they just focus so much on, like, how can I sell, where can I close, how can I bring them closer to buying the program, versus like, how can I help this person see where they're thinking in the wrong way, and like, how can I actually help this person identify like the cycle of thought processes that they're in. Because that as a default, even if they don't buy, it helps them. And like, even if you don't get the commission, you can leave that call feeling a little bit better because you fucking helped that person. They actually made a difference in their life. But then, even when they do close, which is what, like 60, 70, 80% of the time, it's
now.
Like, it is now, right? It's like, you feel like a fucking boss, because one, you help them, and you got fucking paid at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sure.
So if your best month was 5k back in August, what's been your best month since?
US or pounds?
Both.
Pounds, 16k.
Yeah.
So then it would be like 21k.
21k, yeah.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Hell, yeah.
It's good.
That's a massive difference. But yeah, like the money's sick, bro, and I'm super proud of you for actually doing that. Outside of the money though, because it's like once you stack up a certain amount in your bank account, it's not like an immediate need. It becomes less of like a fucking like an urge to like go and like fucking spunk and get loads of money. You know what I mean? So for you, like, what would you say has been the thing that you appreciate the most about your life changing now?
Just personal development in all areas. Like,
how though?
You said this to me early on. Sales is personal development with a paycheck. The better the guy you become outside the calls, the better you're going to become in the calls. So like, finances obviously is a part of it, but health, like physical and mental, actually taking care of the person who you are inside. I think just that whole thing of becoming the version 2.0, because if we're asking other people to do that, like understand what your version 2.0 is and then just embody that day to day. Because it's not just a job or like a career path, like it's a lifestyle choice to become a salesperson, because you're choosing to become the best version of yourself.
Every day.
I think that's the best part about it. Because
Yeah.
Like you said, the money is good, but then the other benefits you get in your life, like how you speak to women, how you speak to your family, how you speak to your friends, like how deep you can actually go with people.
Yeah.
Like everything just gets better.
What would you say that actually getting, because I would say that you're easy top 0.1% of closers. What would you say has been like the thing that you've seen sales change the most in your life?
Happiness.
Yeah.
I genuinely think it brings me happiness when like a lead comes back to me maybe after a month or two and says like, thank you so much for helping me on that call, like you completely changed my life. Like that's fulfillment. That's all we really want in it as humans. Like we think we want the numbers on the screen, the big months, the high close rate, but you realise when you get those and you see them physically, it doesn't make a difference. All we want is to feel good. So wherever you can find happiness and fulfillment and enjoyment within it, that's where it's actually going to change the way you operate. So I think, happiness. I'm so happy now. I actually am.
Yeah.
And when I met you, genuinely, I wasn't. Like, I was pissed off at the world.
Yeah.
I was angry at myself. I was angry at all the external factors, like blaming where I grew up, blaming like the chances that I'd had. But then I sort of just took accountability. Not sort of. I did just take accountability for my situation.
Definitely, yeah.
I just decided that no one's coming to save me, and I've got to put in the work. But you always say that as well. It's like, if someone says, oh, thanks Jack for helping me, giving me the skill set, you're like, nah, I just gave you the tools to do it. You're the one who took the action. I think that gives people a lot of power as well when you do things like that, because I've seen you say that a lot to people. Because
it's true, right? Like, it's not as if I didn't build the fucking like house that you're living in, right? Like, I didn't build your fucking mind, you built your mind. And it's just like, for me, it's about giving the fucking tools that actually help you do that. Because it's like, you know, Dale Carnegie says, like, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Like, you love it, fucking Max loves it, everyone loves that quote, right? Yeah, because it's fucking true. Yeah. And so if I take power for your success, then it's like, you don't own it. And then it's like, do you know what I mean? And it's just incongruent of me to do that. Here's the question, right? Like, what would you say is like the power of accountability? When somebody like, because people who are watching this are likely in a similar position either to you, who when they were closing, maybe they're not making the money that they want to make, or they're in a 9-to-5 likely and they're not happy with their job. And a lot of times they'll blame those external circumstances, don't have enough time, money, knowledge, they don't know where to start, hometown, wherever it possibly is. And if you, what would you say is like the power of taking that control of your decisions back?
Well, when you blame external factors for the reason that you're not where you want to be, how much power does that give you?
Fuck all, zero.
Do you want 100% accountability and power to make a change in your life?
Yeah.
So there it is. Like, it's the same thing I'd say to a prospect when they give me an external thing. Because I've said the same thing to myself. It's like, if you want to change your life, no one's coming to save you. Like, it's going to have to come from you. And most likely you're going to have to do a lot more challenging work. I don't want to say hard, because
does this look hard?
Right? I don't want to say hard, but you're going to have to challenge yourself, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, no one's coming to save you. What are you waiting for? Like, to actually try something? Because what's the worst thing that could happen, like getting into sales? Because there'll be people watching this now who are like, oh, do I get into it? I'm a little bit scared. And you may be in a 9-to-5, and the worst thing that could happen is you try this for 3 to 6 months, it doesn't work, and you just go back to your old shit life anyway. And you might have learned something, but that's not going to happen. Because I think me and Max say this, like, why do we believe we were more successful than other people coming into this? And I think it comes from my ego, to be fair. Because when I got into sales, even when I bought Club Closer, I told everyone around me, my missus at the time, my family, my friends, I'm easy going to make 10k a month closing. And once I've said it out loud to someone else, like, I've got a point to prove.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think there's power in that as well. Like, saying
For
it
sure.
to yourself, but also telling someone else, and then that gives you a bit more discipline to actually go ahead and do it.
Because you know that there's someone watching, innit? There's someone praying for the downfall. There's someone praying for that rise, like the fucking like up and comer, you know?
Something else that I realised though is like no one actually cares about you as much as you think.
Yeah.
No, they don't. No
No,
one
really,
does.
they don't.
No one gives a shit. And you think people are always thinking about you. They're not. They're really not. So again, it goes back to no one's coming to save you. Someone can help you and give you a bit of a lifeline. But yeah, it's you versus you.
Like for me, bro, like the one thing that I did was I told fucking everyone that I was
Yeah.
going to do it. I left my job, but also I started uploading videos to Instagram on my story saying this is what I'm doing now. And Alex Hormozi calls it a declaration of business, basically.
Yeah.
You're just declaring it to the world, like, look, this is who I am now. And I didn't know what identity shifting was back then, but like that's essentially what I did.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what you're doing by going out there and telling people what you're going to do, right?
Yeah.
Which is fucking massive.
Yeah.
Declaration of like, this is what's fucking happening now.
Yeah, I think when you can, the only thing you've got to be able to do is be able to see where you're trying to go. And if you've got the confidence enough to speak it out loud, it will happen. The only thing stopping you will be you not taking the action towards it. And if you can guarantee that you're going to show up for yourself 100% of your capability every single day, there's no way that you can fail.
Yeah.
But then failure again, like, I think that's such a big thing. People think that you're going to fail, but there is no failures in life, there's only lessons.
Yeah.
And if I told you that behind your next 50 failures or 50 lessons was the life that you truly wanted, how quickly would you aim to fail?
Yeah.
You failed 50 times today. So that's the game. It's like, actually aim for the no's, aim for the rejections, aim for the downfalls, aim for the failures, because you never know how close you are to overcoming the next hurdle. It's like that image, so Nick can put it on the screen. But like the guy mining for gold or mining for diamonds, and it's like exponential, and you can see the whole thing. And when he turns around, he's only one more like swing of the axe away from the jackpot.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like anything in life. You've just got to keep at it.
Because you just never know when that day's going to be there.
Do you know what you said to me as well? You said it won't take a year, but if I told you that you had to work for a year and not make any money, but then for the rest of your life you'd make 5 figures a month, would you do it? And I said, yeah. He's like, so just go and do the work then. It's going to happen.
Right. Because that's the same thing that I said to myself. That's actually a skeptical. He said he didn't make money for a year off White or something like that, and then he like started making money with music or something. I was fuck, I would do that, bro. If it was a year, then I would fucking do that 100%.
Well, what's worse, a year of your life not making any money, or 30, 40, 50 years of your life working for someone else and earning shite wage?
Yeah. And not only that, but having to fucking... And not only that, but also living in that fucking like pit of just guilt and just knowing that you're diminishing your fucking potential. Basically, I'm on guard now. Got fucking Michael Phelps behind us, so giving it a large. All right. Well, I asked Max this question. I thought it was a sick question. Like, if you were to be like a fly on the wall, and you were to watch the Dylan now versus the Dylan who joined back in August, like, what would you say the main difference is between him and you?
Relentless action. At that time I just wasn't, I was coasting, and now I just do everything that I know I need to do every single day.
Yeah.
Just pick the 3 biggest tasks in the morning and then just complete them.
Smash them out.
Instead of trying to do 20 different tasks in a day and then just getting that paralysis by analysis because you're not doing anything. I think same thing with people picking a business model to do. It's like or picking a way to make money online. First of all, it's definitely possible. It's easy. You can do it in loads of different ways. But I think the reason that sales is so good is because it's internal development, and that's a skill set and a mindset that you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life.
For sure.
And after your initial investment, really, you don't have any like product costs. There's no stock that you need to buy. Like the stock is this.
Yeah.
You're investing into
you
your
are the stock. Yeah.
So like even if I zeroed myself tomorrow, which I do sometimes, just invest into stuff, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna make it work. I know that I can make money within an hour. Like the other night, we were together and I took a call, 5k piff, 20% comms, made $1,000 in an hour. I didn't do anything else all that day, and I was just like, you know what else could I possibly be doing that's better than this?
Yeah.
There isn't, because even if Info died, which it can't, it's growing every year.
Yeah.
I could go and do any business model now with the mindset that I've forged and skill set and make money.
Yeah.
Like me and Max say it all the time. We're like, if Info died, we'd be great.
Yeah.
Just go and set something up.
You just go and do something and just fucking start ripping sales 100%.
But I do think sales is the best. For a young guy, and girls to be fair, because girls can crush it in this space. Not a lot of them.
especially if they're pretty and they actually have something about them as well.
Very true. I think if you've got something about you and you know you can talk, you've got a bit of the gift of the gab, you should definitely be in sales. But even if not, it's a skill that you can learn, 100%.
It's not something you're born with. Well, some people are, but like I definitely wasn't.
I was.
You were. You're just naturally fucking gifted like
naturally
that.
just talk to people. I enjoy speaking to people as well, which is a big thing.
Yeah, so
sometimes I don't enjoy speaking to them.
Depends who you're speaking to.
Yeah.
Depends where they're from, really.
Yeah.
I was speaking about this the other day, right, to this guy, and he said that he didn't have the money to fucking join. He had like 35 quid in his account. And I asked him the same question, a similar question to what I asked you, like the 12-month thing. And I said, if you knew that you'd be successful and all you had to do was go and find a fucking credit card or go and find the money or like rob a bank or whatever you needed to do to make it work, would you find a way to get the money?
Yeah.
Because you have to pull the safety net sometimes and you have to rug pull yourself to where you do zero yourself and you think, fuck, like, I have no other alternative but to make it work. And a lot of people on here think that time makes decisions easier, right? Like more time and space gives you more ability to make better decisions. Like, what would you say to that?
It's a lot of shit.
Why?
Because if you delay a decision and procrastinate on it, you're essentially just planting more seeds of doubt and more fear building up. So when you put more time and space between a decision, it doesn't get easier, it becomes harder because then you've just told yourself and reinforced the idea that you can't do it.
Yeah.
So then next time it's just going to build up and build up and build up. That's why it's harder for older people to make different drastic life decisions, and it's easy for like an 18-year-old to say, oh fuck it, because they've got no like past trauma built up around their decision making. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, I respect that. And last question for you, because we got to go in a sec. For somebody watching this and somebody wanting to achieve the same life as you, and somebody to be, you know, fucking maybe as talented as you are, or just, you know, have reached the level that you have, like, what would you say to them?
What are you waiting for? To actually just take the action and do it. Like, that's all I'd say, really, because the magic that you're looking for is directly behind the work that you keep avoiding. So what are you avoiding right now? Because that's usually the thing that's going to excel everything.
Yeah. All right. Respect. My boy. All right. This is Dylan, everyone. His Instagram's in the description if you want to fucking link up with him. All right. Ciao.